two different mediums. One's the video stream, one is audio.
Okay.
So,
are they going to sync them up?
Yeah, they do. But
cool.
Somebody will come running down if something's not right. So, alrighty, if you're all squared away, this first segment, I'll bring us in and I'll kind of get your thoughts on the Greenwood win or just the winning streak the last two games, and kind of just get a overall thought on the night matchup. We'll take a break, play his interview, and that should take us to about that should take us right about the tip.
Okay, perfect.
Okay.
Now let's send it up to the booth for the voice of the Royals, Jimmy Cook.
And a pleasant good evening, everyone, and welcome to Roncalli Royals basketball on the Roncalli Media Network. Home sweet home, back in the friendly confines of Ascension St. Vincent Gymnasium for the first of the final 4 games of this homestand for your Roncalli Royals, who come in winners of 2 straight. Currently sit at 7-9 on the season and 1-0 in Circle City Conference play. They welcome one of their oldest foes on the schedule, the Chatard Trojans, 11-6 on the year, ranked 11 in Class 3A. Both these teams vying for the Circle City Conference crown. Hi again, everybody. Jimmy Cook coming to you courtside alongside Justin Warnke. Nice enough to join us in the broadcast booth this evening. And Justin, as I bring you into the fray, this is a Royals team that have had their ups and downs. They've suffered numerous injuries throughout this campaign. The most recent one, I don't want to say a devastating one, but one that's really going to test the adversity of this club. Luke Kegris likely done for the year, injuring that ankle once again. But they still have an opportunity to capture the Circle City Conference title and can be a step closer with a win tonight against Chatard.
Yeah, for sure. First of all, thanks for having me. Man, on the talks of Luke, that just kills your team. But, you know, all of their goals are still right in front of them. 1-0 in the conference, another winnable conference game here tonight. The guys are starting to come together, play pretty well together, and there's just going to have a few more bodies step up, and maybe 4 points here, 6 points there, and see what they can do here in the conference.
We're going to take our first break here on the pregame show. We come back, we'll have a pregame conversation with Royals head coach Jamin Warnke. He'll take us through receiving the news on Luke Kegris, how his group is going to step up, how he feels about the winning streak they're on, the importance of winning the Circle City Conference title, and what challenges Roncalli's oldest foe, the Chatard Trojans, will present to them tonight. It's rivalry week. It's Catholic Schools week. Ascension St. Vincent going to be bumping tonight as well. Pre-game conversation with Royals head coach Jamin Warnke after this on the Roncalli Media Network.
Hi folks, it's Ben Stallings with Beck Service Center. Automotive breakdowns and routine maintenance never come at a good time. Let us help take the stress out of your automotive repairs. With 10 mechanics and 32 bays, we can get you back up and running with minimal downtime. Quality parts, experienced mechanics, locally owned and operated since 1977. Located at the southeast corner of Madison and Edgewood, we are pretty darn good at fixing cars. Let's go Royals.
Meet Zach. Zach rides everywhere, day and night, rain or shine. At Indiana Members Credit Union, we know Zach. We know he's been saving up for a car. We're here to help Zach and you. Now get pre-approved for auto financing as low as 3.99% APR. Today, it's all about Zach. Tomorrow, it's all about you. Because at IMCU, it's you that matters. Rates subject to credit approval and valid on purchase of 2020 or newer vehicles. Learn more at imcu.com.
Marian University wants to know, what are you made of? At Marian University, our students are made of character and faith. Our students are service-minded and want to make a difference in the world. Our students possess the skills and intellect required of leaders. Come to Marian University, Indy's premier Catholic university, and let us help you find out what you're made of. You can apply for free today at marian.edu.
Welcome back to the Roncalli Royals pregame show. Joining us as he does each and every game day, Royals head coach Jamin Warnke. The Royals winners of 2 straight now, coming off a nice win against Greenwood, backed off of a win of Covenant Christian earlier last week and trying to make it 3 in a row against Roncalli's oldest rival in the Bishop Chatard Trojans. Coach, first off, congratulations on this nice stretch you guys have had. I've talked to you in the losses about the film, so I'll ask you about the film after the wins. What have you seen? Where has been the biggest strides from this group over this 2-game stretch?
Yeah, it's a lot easier to watch after a win, that's for sure. We had a great weekend. It showed what we thought it would show. You know, it showed Nolan Tunney and Luke Kagaris took great care of the ball. They were in control of both games last weekend. They showed Drew Kagaris, taking advantage of that. You know, he had a great weekend scoring the ball, but I think he would tell you Luke and Nolan made it pretty easy for him. You know, he made the shots, he finished the layups, he did all those important things. And then it showed Trevor Lauk just continues, improving every stinking game. It was a great weekend.
Only downside of that, I know you and I have talked about it off air, but on a drive in that first half, Luke Kagaris looked like he had hurt his ankle again. That ultimately is what the case was. What's the full diagnostic with that? And it appears as though he's likely going to be done for the year.
Yeah, so unfortunately, man, that was a flagrant foul, and the refs called it the right way. But to have, possibly here a season-ending injury, probably a 4 or 5 week injury at the very least, a season-ending injury. To have that done on a dirty, flagrant foul is hard to swallow. You know, it wasn't like it was a fluke thing. The kid made a dirty play, and that's unfortunate. Luke has been great for us all year. He's a huge loss, but I hope that maybe those first 4 games that we played without him, we did win the second half the other night in Greenwood without him, and I hope that playing without him those first 4 games, hopefully we're better prepared to play without him here late.
I know this has been a reoccurring theme with our conversations, but I also know that you're not the type of person that's going to make excuses. You're going to go out there and roll with whatever you have. You want the wins at the end of the day. We both want to see this team win at the end of the day. But with all the injuries you've had, and you still have a pretty young core, I want to focus on the young players that still have time left. We'll get to the seniors in a minute. But as you call up new faces or as younger faces get more playing time, what are you measuring for out of these guys and whoever you're going to turn to with Luke likely done for the year?
Yeah, really just reliability. You know, I talked to Drew the other day. He's had a great year. I think he's leading us in scoring now. He shoots it really well. He's efficient. He's a good athlete. So I talked to him a little bit about how we can make up for Luke. And I had numbers to back this up. I wish I had it with me right now. But in the 4 games that we were without Luke early, it was really the defensive end. It was the points given up and the offensive efficiency where there was the biggest difference. Our points scored were about the same. So I talked to him about, having a little bit more, more of an impact on the defensive end. Like Luke has I think it's sneaky, but he impacts us big time on defense, and Drew needs to step up there. And as far as our younger guys, Noah, Judd, and Luke Green, just reliability. We're not asking you to replace Luke. We're not asking you to go out there and do it. We need to trust you with the ball. You need to be able to do your assignments on defense and help us on the boards.
How, if at all, does it impact what you want to do defensively, particularly with the zone looks that you've implemented throughout the year? As
of right now, we like what we see right there. So we'll move Drew to Luke's spot, and then we'll have a different guard up top with Drew or with Sean, depending on who's in the game. But we still like that. We think that's helped Trevor, and then. We talked to Drew. Drew has a different assignment now that he's switching spots. But we talked about it and we practiced it the last 2 days. So we'll see how that goes tonight.
From an offense perspective, you mentioned you haven't seen a ton of drop, at least in that 4-game sample size, without Luke. But when you look at where you want this team to be, this has never felt like a hero ball team, even though Luke and Drew and Nolan on your guard trio there can put it in the bucket pretty much from anywhere. And then Trevor Lauk has continued to rise down low in the post and continue to carry his averages. Where do you want to see the scoring come from? And does it ultimately get back to one of those core principles you talked to us when the season started, which is teammates setting up other teammates for high-quality shots?
It does do that. One thing that's interesting, I thought this last weekend, and I had some time on Sunday night, so I went through and watched it, and teams are guarding us different. You know, we proved early that we could shoot the ball, and they are doing a good job of taking away the catch-and-shoot three now. But that's where Trevor has become so valuable because now, I mean, are you going to take away Trevor? Are you going to take away Nolan on his drives? Or are you going to, take away our catch-and-shoot three? The other thing I talked to our guys about, Luke's averaging like 13, 14 points. I told Drew and I told Nolan and I told Trevor, like, hey, 3 or 4 extra a game from you is all we need. We don't need you to score the 13 or 14. We need like 3 or 4 points from all of you, and we just need it to be more efficient. I want to put confidence into all of our guys, but hey, if getting rid of Luke, or not getting rid of him, but losing him for the season, if that makes us be a little bit more patient on offense, if that's what we need to do to have a successful possession, then that's what we need to do.
So you're trying the money ball strategy, trying to get it back in the aggregate?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, we're going analytics here.
Coach Mordecai, nice to take some time with us here on our pregame show. Coach, for you, when you look at this final homestand, actually, let's pause on the homestand for a second because I want to make sure I don't forget to ask you this. There's always a special feeling about winning a trophy. You guys are 1-0 right now in the conference. This is another high-quality opportunity tonight against Chatard to get a step closer to capturing the Circle City Conference title. I know that's a ways off, but that had to have been on your checklist to start the year to try to compete and win the conference ultimately.
Yeah, no doubt about it. We talked about it the first practice. We talked about early on in our regular season, we had some Southside opponents. Those are big. The conference is obviously big, and then sectional is big. The conference, we have some good teams. Brebeuf is really good. Garen's good. Chatard has, a Purdue or Heritage Christian has a Purdue commit. Chatard's really good. But at the same time, it's like, hey guys, it's a realistic goal here. We're really good too, and they're worried about us as well. So a Thursday night home game during Catholic Schools Week, a conference game. It's a big one tonight.
I'll save the homestand question for later in the weekend just for the sake of time, so I want to shift to the scouting report on the Trojans. Ranked 11th in Class 3A, 11-6 on the season, some quality wins. Already beaten Heritage Christian twice, one in the city, lost to Cathedral in the semis of the city tournament. What's the report say about this particular edition of the Trojans?
Yeah, they also beat Beech Grove by a whole lot, too. I watched that one all the way through to try to see what the heck happened there. Especially in that Beech Grove game and just in general, their point guard is a really good player. He's a freshman. He's the coach's son. He's a double-digit scorer. He's a good passer. He's good in the mid-range. He's a really good player. And then they got the senior Davidson. That's a long, athletic wing that can drive it and finish really, really well. So, They have 2 really good players. My counter to that was I think we have 3 above average players. Trevor and then Drew and Nolan. So we definitely have some guys that we've game planned for, and that we will have a plan for tonight. But all in all, I think it's just going to be a great Catholic school battle.
Start of the final 4 games of the final homestand for the Royals, as Coach mentioned, on Catholic Schools Week and against their oldest foe in Bishop Chatard. Best of luck out there tonight, Coach.
Yep, thanks, Jimmy.
That's Royals head coach Jamin Warnke. We'll be back with lineups and tip after this. You're listening to Roncalli Royals basketball on the Roncalli Media Network.
A proud supporter of Roncalli High School, Indy Teledata provides IT solutions for businesses and organizations in central Indiana. For over 10 years, Steve Battiato and his team of professionals have provided comprehensive computing support, business telephone solutions, network infrastructure, and productivity suite integration. For a free evaluation of your technology needs, give Steve and his team a call at 317-231-5547 or visit us at indyteledata.com.
Steve's Flowers and Gifts is your family-owned Indianapolis and Greenwood florist. Our mission is to establish and maintain the highest level of floral value and customer service at comfortable consumer prices. For the best and freshest flowers in Indianapolis and surrounding areas, Steve's Flowers and Gifts has exactly what you're looking for. Check out our wide selection of flower arrangements to make your next occasion memorable. Call 317-787-3431 or visit us at 3150 East Thompson Road.
When looking for reliable HVAC professionals, look no further than Anne and Bartram Heating and Cooling. Whether you need a routine maintenance check or an emergency repair on a heating or cooling unit, Anne and Bartram are available to handle all of your heating, cooling, and ventilation needs. Anne and Bartram strive to be the best, so call them today at 317-889-9574. They even have 24/7 emergency service. Call them today, Anne and Bartram, 317-889-9574.
Sports fans, it's Mark Maloney with JC Bank. Whether tailgating or listening to the game at home, JC Bank invites you to BYOB. Be your own branch. Got a laptop with Wi-Fi or a smartphone? Well, BYOB 24/7 with JC Bank's online and mobile banking options. Hey, you can even apply for a mortgage online with JC Bank. And remember, we're happy to serve you at one of our local JC Bank offices too, and we'll be opening soon in Greenwood. Get in the game at jcbank.com/BYOB. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
While others focus on simply facilitating a transaction, Century 21 agents like Sarah Lux believe in the value of delivering extraordinary experiences by defying mediocrity and always giving you 121%. Find your new home or sell your current home with the best. Contact Sarah Lux at 502-6253 or online at listwithlux.com. That's Sarah Lux at listwithlux.com. Listwithlux.com.
Marian University wants to know, what are you made of? At Marian University, our students are made of character and faith. Our students are service-minded and want to make a difference in the world. Our students possess the skills and intellect required of leaders. Come to Marian University, Indy's premier Catholic university, and let us help you find out what you're made of. You can apply for free today at marian.edu.
And a pleasant good evening and welcome back to Ascension St. Vincent Gymnasium. Let's meet the starting lineups for tonight's Roncalli Chatard matchup. First for the 11th ranked Trojans at 11-6 on the season. And one guard, a 6-foot freshman, number 1, Ethan Roseman, averaging 13 points and 3 rebounds a game. Another guard, a 5'9 senior, number 2, Sam Lewis, averaging 4 points and a rebound a game. A 6-foot junior guard, number 10, Scott Semler, averaging 3 points and 2 rebounds a night. A 6'4 senior forward, number 11, Robert Davidson, averaging 15 and 6 a game. And rounding them out, a 6'4 senior, number 13, Drew Knapp, averaging 5 points and a rebound a game. Head coach Kenny Roseman, 27-14, and this is his second year at Chatard. For your Roncalli Royals, at one guard, a 5'10 sophomore, number 5, Judd Selke, averaging just under a point and about 2 rebounds a game. Another guard, a 6'3 junior, number 11, Drew Kagaris, averaging 13 and 3 per night. A 6-foot senior guard, number 22, Sean Byrne, averaging 2 points and a rebound a contest. A 6'2 senior guard, number 23, Nolan Tunney, averaging 12 and 5 per evening. And rounding them out in the middle, the big fella, a 6'6 senior center, number 55, Trevor Lauk, averaging 7 points and 4 rebounds a contest. Head coach is Jamin Warnke, 7-9, and this is his first year at the helm. Royals in the home whites, blue numerals lettering, and the red trim. Trojans in the road blue unis, white numerals and lettering, and the blue trim. And as I bring in Justin Warnke, Justin, looking at this matchup, it is Roncalli's most storied rivalry. As you look at the matchups for both these teams, where, if any, do your keys lie tonight?
I think it's going to come down to this Roncalli zone defense. It's served them well the past few games, really since the North Central game. They've kind of been clicking on the defensive end. They need to continue to do well in the zone, rebound out of it, and see who's going to step up here with the big man, Big Luke, out for a little while.
Well, Luke Kagaris, as we mentioned during that conversation, it's likely a 4-week timeline and ultimately going to be tough to get him back. It'll be Davidson 6'4", Lauk 6'6" to jump it up at center court. Royals will operate left to right should they receive and win the tip. Final instructions being given out by the officials. And here on Catholic Schools Weeks, props to the student section, a packed house here at the Vinny.
Yeah, looking good.
Beautiful on a Thursday night. Ball is tapped and won by Lauk to Byrne. And we're going to over and back. Byrne threw it in the backcourt after he crossed half court on the tip.
The officials kind of looked at each other. I don't know if Sean really knew what he did or not. That was interesting.
It's just one of those where once you get the tip, you're so used in your head to getting it
just getting
back to who wants to run the offense, and you don't see that play every day.
No.
Well, we're off and running anyway. Chatard will get it. Top of the arc operating is Lewis. Now in the left wing to Davidson. Davidson, a post feed Roseman, gets it back on the left wing. They swing it opposite side, far right wing of the floor. Now play hot potato with on the left wing over to Roseman. Roseman pump fakes a pass to Lewis. Lewis to Semler. Semler, left side Roseman. Beyond the arc, all these passes are happening. Now a pass in the paint to Semler. He gets it back out top of the arc. Lewis, they swing into the corner. Down the lane goes Davidson on the baseline. He's cut off. Gets to Semler. A jumper from the mid post is good, and the Trojans strike first.
Pretty good long possession there for Chatard, finishing with 2. Now they're in a full court press here.
Royals trying to break it. They do. Tunney to Drew Kagaris. Kagaris now over to Tunney. Tunney top of the arc to Lauk. Lauk to Kagaris. Right wing 3. Hits the left iron and bounces high in the air. It's corralled and taken by the Trojans.
Good look.
Far right wing Lewis in between the circles against this Roncalli zone. They play hot potato with it again to Davidson. Little jab step trying to fight into the lane. It's cut off. Good defense there by Byrne. Now opposite side Semler. Again, quick passes. Leads to a 3 for Roseman, left wing. That bricks out, but a rebound ripped away by Chatard. Second chance 3 is true by Sam Lewis, and it's 5-0 Trojans.
Got to box out. It's tough to rebound out of a zone sometimes because you're not necessarily on a man. You need to find a man, box him out, and go attack it.
Tunney tries to fight against this full court pressure. He does. Gets it to Byrne, who gives it back to Tunney. Tunney on the right wing. Now Lauk top of the arc. Fakes a handoff. Let's see what the big fella wants to do. Backdoor cut to Selke. Bounce feed corner. Extra pass Kagaris. He fakes the pass. Drives the lane. Off the window and in with some contact. They say play on, but the Royals are on the board.
I'd have taken an and 1 there. That was a good drive. Finish off 2 and finish strong.
Royals back defensively. Chatard leads 5-2. Davidson. Right wing to Roseman. Roseman to Lewis, kind of almost like a cutoff man with these swing passes instead of a skip pass happening. In the post, battling is Davidson, and I believe he commits an offensive foul to get separation.
Yeah, Drew in perfect position there, moved his feet, stayed in front, and took it right in the chest.
First foul of the ball game by either team. Full court pressure still applied by Chatard. Tunney receives the inbound. Far left side of the floor in his backcourt, 90 feet away. Matched up with Davidson with that 1 foul. Hands off to Selke on the left wing. To Kagaris at the Roncalli R, the leg of the R, to Tunney in the corner. He fakes a 3. He wanted an extra pass to Byrne, but miscommunication leads to a turnover. Up the way goes Semler. He hits the break. Good defense by the Royals in transition, and it'll make the Trojans reset.
Pass up a good shot there and end up turning it over.
Feed at the foul line to Roseman. Now cutting is Semler. Mid-range, no. Rebound Lauk. Gives to Tunney. And Tunney will walk it ahead. Tunney drifts towards the right side of the floor beyond the arc, working with the left hand. A screen from Lauk on his left side. He won't use it. Fakes like he's going to use it. Now goes baseline. Left wing extra pass. Kagaris thought about a 3. Skip pass to Byrne. Byrne a jab. And he's hacked en route to the cup. Let's see where this goes. I believe it's on Semler. Suppose it could be on Roseman, though. I'm wrong on both counts. It's on Drew Knapp.
Take your pick. Royals are doing a good job of attacking these guys. Hopefully we can get them in the bonus here. He just changed it. He changed the foul to 10.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I knew I was right. I knew I was right. Royals successfully inbound it. I'm writing pen, ref. What am I supposed to do? Technically the books and pencil. Tunney to Byrne on the left wing. He'll hand off to Kagaris. Thought he was a little hand check. They say no play on. And Kagaris on the left wing. Gives to Byrne right side of the floor. Now Tunney deep in the right corner. He picked up his dribble to Lauk. Backdoor Byrne. Byrne got separation and hit the layup off the window.
Trevor's a heck of a passer, man. He gets it in that high post looking high-low. Sean finished.
Royals back within 1. 4-0 run by them. At the top, Lewis. Lewis gives to Semler. Semler back to Lewis. Swings it over on that far right corner to Knapp. Backdoor cut Davidson. Tried to reverse. He did, and he scored. Tight-roped that. Got the bucket to go. Makes it 7-4, 3-point lead for the Trojans. Playing foul. Lauk has a screen on the left side. Tunney will use it. Now to Byrne, and it carries the call.
My goodness. I'm all right if he's going to call that all night.
Well, I've made it clear this season, in case you're just joining us, how I feel about carries, particularly at this level. I mean, you hardly ever see him called.
Yeah, you don't. And he did it and passed it. He didn't put it back down on the floor.
Trojans with the basketball. Top of the arc is Roseman. Swings to Semler. Back to Roseman. Still at the top of the arc. Right wing Knapp. Knapp to Roseman. Left side of the floor, Semler. Puts it on the deck. Now over to Roseman. Little jab step. Semler, left side. Zone defense continues to flow for Roncalli. Roseman picked up his dribble. In the corner now, right mid-post to Knapp. Looking for a backdoor cut. It's not there. He nearly threw it out of bounds. Somehow saved on the tightrope by Lewis. Lewis to Roseman at the elbow. It's good. Trojans really effective in the jump shot department right now.
Let's hope water finds its level. Stay solid.
Shooting at just 46% from the field this year, so nothing astronomical by any means. Lauk, top of the arc to Tunney. Tunney to Lauk, pick and roll. The big fella goes up, thought he was fouled. They say no. Rebound taken by Knapp. Up ahead, Roseman. Roseman right at Selke. He drives, kicks, corner. Lewis, three, off the mark. Oh, a loose ball foul is going to go against Roncalli. This is the same official that called the carry for what it's worth. Coach Warnke having a conversation with a different official.
Getting Trev. Trevor gets the rough end of a lot of calls. He's so big. I mean, just a little bit of box out, somebody might go flying. I think that's what happened right there.
Yep. That's his first. Something to watch with how thin this Roncalli rotation is right now. Looking to get it in is Semler. Gives it into the front court, deep near the half-court line to Knapp. He gives on the elbow to Roseman, who hits. Largest lead of the game for the Trojans at 11-4. With 2:43 to play here in this first quarter. Tunney down the right side. He had his driving lane cut off. Gives to Lauk, top of the arc. The big fella, laser pass to Byrne. He got in too deep, and his pass is deflected and stolen away by the Trojans. Nearly a loose ball foul called on Lauk. It's going to instead go on Selke, who reached his hand in there to stop what would have been a fast break opportunity for Chatard.
Just got to stay solid here. You know, the bench is thin. Things aren't going your way right now. Stay solid. It's only 6 minutes into the game here. So stay solid and let's get a little run going.
Chatard will inbound, sideline right, opposite end of the floor from our broadcast table. Into the backcourt goes Semler, and he crosses the timeline. 2:23 to play, first quarter, 11-4 Trojans. Right wing Knapp, nearly had it stolen away. Burns just a tad late there. They try to give that mid-post feed. No-look pass to Davidson is stolen away, but Tunney can't gather it. No, he could. It's out of bounds, last touch by Chatard. Davidson swiped at it last.
Got to squeeze it. I think we might have gotten a good call there.
I would concur. Royals will take it, though. Down 7. Tunney, top of the arc, hands to Lauk. Dribble handoff to Selke, back to Lauk. Now Kagras right side, backdoor cut Lauk. He seals and he scores.
I'll tell you what, if Trevor was playing defense like that, they'd have called 3 fouls on him.
There's no doubt about that. His bucket cuts the lead to 5. Deflected pass on the far right wing. Goes out of bounds, last touch by Roncalli. Colin Guy, who checked into the game, will trigger in.
Stopping a rebound here.
Could go a long way. Got to start somewhere for the Royals defensively. Cool down the Trojans. Guy for 3. Catch and shoot left wing. Good. 14-6 Trojans.
He's a shooter. Got to get hands up on him.
Tunney gives to Lauk. Well out there beyond the arc to Selke. It was poked away. Selke tried to save it. It was last touched by Guy.
Chatard seems to be just a step quicker than us right now.
Step quicker and being more aggressive and being almost rewarded for it with the way things have been officiated at this point.
For sure.
Tunney matched up with Davidson. Gives to Selke, right wing. Byrne, that was a risky pass. Byrne able to track it down. Hands to Kagras. Drew. Little jab step to Tunney, around a screen, top of the arc. He'll drive and kick. Selke, 3 in the air, through the bottom of the net. Judd Selke knocks it down, and the Royals are within 5.
There we go, Judd. Now get a rebound.
Up the floor, Roseman, mid-range, no. 2 Royals fight for it, same team, and a loose ball foul going to go against Colin Guy.
Good. Drew getting up, getting a rebound there. Royals ball here. Let's see if we can just keep chipping away here. 56 seconds ago, plenty of time in this first.
Kagras to Tunney, and he will walk it up the floor. Now he gives back to Kagras, I beg your pardon. Drew crosses half court, left side. Selke, right wing, finds Lauk, top of the arc. Lauk, dribble handoff, Tunney, comes around the screen. Left elbow, spinning down the lane, ran out of room, found Selke, thought about another 3. Now he picks up his dribble, to Tunney right side. Hand in his face. Kager top of the arc. 30 seconds to go. Post feed Lauk. He seals again. Thought he was fouled from behind. And everyone in a Roncalli uniform beside themselves.
He's getting hammered down there.
Roseman at the Roncalli R, and Chatard may very well hold for one here. Coach Warnke not happy. I don't blame him. 10 seconds. Roseman left side, matched up with the Selke side of the zone. He stops, he crosses over, he pump fakes, he pulls up, got the defender up, and he hit it. And that'll end that first quarter. Well, the Royals gave some counter punches, but at the pace we're on, things could get a bit chippy. Second quarter's up next. Chatard leads 16-9. We're back in a moment. You're listening to Roncalli Royals basketball on the Roncalli Media Network.
Sports fans, it's Mark Maloney with JC Bank. Whether tailgating or listening to the game at home, JC Bank invites you to BYOB. Be your own branch. Got a laptop with Wi-Fi or a smartphone? Well, BYOB 24/7 with JC Bank's online and mobile banking options. Hey, you can even apply for a mortgage online with JC Bank. And remember, we're happy to serve you at one of our local JC Bank offices too. And we'll be opening soon in Greenwood. Get in the game at jcbank.com/BYOB. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Providing comfort for families in their time of need is the main concern of the staff at Lauk Veldoff Funeral Home. We are a small family-owned firm and take great pride in the personal service we offer and the family-like atmosphere at our facility. At Lauk Veldoff, we only serve one family at a time, providing compassionate care and affordable options, truly part of your community. Lauk and Veldoff Funeral and Cremation Services. Call 317-636-6655.
Welcome back to Ascension St. Vincent Gymnasium. Start of the second quarter alongside Justin Warnke. I'm Jimmy Cook. Chatard leads Roncalli 16-9. They operate in their half court, and Guy pulled up from the foul line at Lauk. It was deflected by Lauk. It'll stay on this end, though.
Came out in a 1-3-1 zone that time, mixing it up a little bit from our 2-3.
Having an inbound is Semler right in front of this Roncalli student section. Underneath the cup, he gives to Roseman, who's all by himself. Nobody followed Semler. He won't pull the trigger on the three, though. The zone didn't get over to that side to Semler, I should say.
Now sitting in 2-3, changing it up again.
And Roseman going to hold for a second, try to bait the Royals in extending this zone. They almost get a steal out of it. Roseman right side, bounce feed over to Semler. Semler brings it back out to Guy. Guy to Roseman. Down the paint to Guy. Head fake. Guy down the lane. Off the window short. Rebound is going to be over the back. Called on Guy. He came in there out of control. The officials penalized the junior for it. It's his second. And Roncalli will get the basketball.
I didn't think they were going to call that one either. The guy under the bucket called it. I thought the guy right here in front of the bench had the best view of it.
Inbounded successfully to Tunney. Sub at the table, Noah Schmaltz by the check into the ball game. Lauk has it top of the arc. He's matched up with Fendley and had it poked away. It's saved in the air right to Roseman. Heads up play there by the Trojans. Royals back defensively, but not quick enough. Extra pass in the corner. A pump fake. A pass the top to Roseman. He'll bring things back out and reset. Matched up with Tunney's side of the zone. Down the lane, nearly traveled, pulls up, double clutch, no, rebound Kagaris.
Good, Drew, go.
He lets the traffic clear. Now brings it up ahead right side. Lauk calling for it in the post. They feed him and thought he was poked from behind. Luke instead gets the rebound. Make that Drew, I beg your pardon. Mid-post pull-up is good for Drew Kagaris. He has 4.
Good drive. Get back and get matched here.
Roseman swings over on that far side. Back around the horn. Right side, a 3 is in the air. That 3 is left short. Rebound taken by Roncalli. Tunney up ahead in the corner. Catch and shoot. Burn 3. Too long. Davidson down the lane. Left it well short. Rebound Roseman. His floater is good.
Just a step slow. Still just a step slow on rebounds. We're standing instead of attacking it.
Makes it 16-11. Down the lane, Tunney misfires on the layup on the left block. It's short, but the rebound could not be taken by Chatard, so Roncalli will keep it on this end. Trevor Lauk gets his first rest of the night. Noah Schmaltz out there. As you would expect when the big fella checks out, makes the Royals significantly smaller in terms of their lineup overall. Still some height out there, though. And Coach Warnke wants a timeout. It's a 30-second timeout. We will keep it here with 5:27 to play in the second quarter. Roncalli trailing the Trojans. Chatard leads at 18-11. To your point, Justin, it's felt like everything just been a step ahead for the Chatard side and maybe a step behind, or just like you mentioned, a step slow. That's been the difference in this 3-possession lead that's been built by Chatard.
Yeah, for sure. For sure, second chance opportunities. I know they've got at least 5 off of it and maybe 2 threes. So maybe 5 or 6 points just off of offensive rebounds. We need to go attack that ball, especially in the zone. You need all 5 guys to go and attack the ball, right? And not allow second chance looks.
Additionally, and that'll get started on the defensive end, turning that defense into offense, but they've appeared a number of times this season, but those single-digit quarters are just – when you let them compile up and turn into 2 in a game or 3 in a game, God forbid, you really start to get behind the 8 ball.
Yeah, for sure. You got a team that's trying to figure themselves out again, now with Luke out.
Another tough test, this Royals roster. Tunney has to get it in, and he throws it away. It's into the backcourt and out of bounds. He was out of options and out of time. Didn't want to use a timeout on top of a timeout. Or was this pass tipped? Let's see. The officials are going to talk about this for a second. Or are they discussing where the ball has to be inbounded from? Yep, okay. That's all it was.
Yeah.
So because it wasn't
Since nobody touched it,
made a possession opportunity, it'll be a length of the floor inbounds for Chatard. They lead by 7, 18-11, matching their largest of the game.
Noah Schmaltz getting his first meaningful varsity minutes here. Let's see what he can do.
Right side, Moore to Roseman. He holds it to Roncalli R. To Davidson. Davidson to Roseman. They play keep away with it at the top of the arc. A mid-post feed to Knapp. They swing to Moore. He thought about a triple. Roseman other way with it. Davidson goes baseline. Tunney's there, and he draws the foul.
The way they play this zone, it's a little bit different than your typical CYO zone. You're essentially matched up. You're always guarding a man. You're not necessarily in a zone. So Noah, this is the first time he's having to really play this zone. So there's a little bit of holes out there, but he'll get the hang of it.
At the line, Davidson, and it's in and out. He is a 73% free throw shooter on the season. Had 2 points in that opening quarter. Trojan just 1 basket to Roncalli's 1 basket here in the second quarter. 4 points combined. 3 minutes gone by.
Yeah, that water we were looking for to find its level, it did. Now we need to capitalize on it.
Take advantage of it and get back into this ball game. New largest lead of the game, it's 8 with 4:45 to play here in this second quarter. Tunney to Selke, right side, Kegaris. Drew, pump fakes. He got free. Down the lane. Blocking foul is called.
Good drive. Good drive. Big Trev back in the game. That was a quick breather for the big fella. So hopefully he can stay out of foul trouble and we can make a little run here.
Foul's going to go against Knapp this time. 5th on the Trojans. 2 fouls. 1 foul to give. 2 fouls occurring here the rest of the way would lead to the bonus being activated. Kegaris at the line. I didn't ask Coach this, so I guess I'll ask it post-game, but you have to wonder, and you asked, so maybe you got an answer for it. Did you find out why he's wearing 11?
I think
the
it's
only
just kind of.
guess I can make is if Luke's season is over, maybe an ode to his brother, which is really nice, and you appreciate that. But
unfortunate circumstances, but yeah, that is pretty neat to be able to do that.
Yeah. In case you're just joining us, likely Luke Kegaris' the season done with that ankle injury. Davidson down the lane, he euroed to the cup, and he laid it up and in through 4 Royal defenders. 5 points now for him. Lead back to 8, 21-13.
Trev didn't want to get a second, but you still got to be a factor now. You can't just let him go right by you.
Got to alter him in some way.
Yeah.
Lauk left wing, Kegaris now Tunney. Over to Schmaltz. Schmaltz to Selke. Selke got nearly in a tie-up, finds Schmaltz in the corner. He goes baseline, swing to Kagaris, pass too high, turnover to Chatard.
Growing pains. It's going to happen. Everybody knew it was going to happen. Just have to keep battling through here and make some things happen. Everything's fine.
That pass, and again, what would you expect because it's his first meaningful minutes? That pass didn't look as crisp as you would expect mid-season at the varsity level, but again, he hasn't been here at the varsity level, so
exactly.
You got to start somewhere. A turnover is forced by Kagaris, and then his feet were taken out from under him as he was on the ground by Moore, so that foul's going to go against Moore. Be his first, 6th on the team, so no fouls left to give. Any fouls the rest of the way by Chatard would be 1-and-1 territory outside of player control fouls. Could be big if Roncalli's able to make that matter in this final back half of this quarter. Pass to Lauk is stolen away. Feeney down the lane. Scoop, layup, no. Davidson followed it. He missed it. Rebound, Lauk taps at it. Gets it. Outlet to Kagaris. Kagaris down the lane. Right side, off the window. Blocking foul. No, it's a charge.
No, I think.
I'm reacting to body language. I didn't see the official make the call.
I think it's.
I hope it's a block.
Yeah.
Is it a block? Okay.
Hopefully.
All right. The way Tunney came out of that, I thought that he was demonstrative, but he's actually Coach Warnke just calling him over. So it is a block.
That's been a key factor I know in practices and film sessions is body language. Gosh dang, we need to work on that a lot.
Kagaris, free throw good.
Shooter's touch.
7 points unofficially for Drew. We'll have one more upcoming. Dribbles twice and scores.
1-3-1 half-court zone now.
8 points for Kagaris.
Drew's pretty good up at the top of this, too. He's long and active, and he can maybe get a deflection.
Semler and Roseman play hot potato with it against this zone. To Davidson in the corner, Feeney. Feeney to Roseman. Roseman skip past Semler. Semler at the foul line. Back to Roseman, right wing. Against this zone, they continue to just play keep away and hot potato with it along the arcs. Skip pass to Artiga. Artiga to Roseman, left wing. Pulls up left elbow, too strong. Lauk boxes out and gets the board cleared. Davidson came up to press. It's up ahead to Schmaltz. Schmaltz to Kagaris. Deep in Curry range in the left wing. Now to Byrne. Catch and shoot three in the corner. It's short. Tunney rips away the rebound. He has to hit the brakes. To Byrne again. That's a very deep triple. It misses off the side of the backboard. Up ahead goes Roseman. Roseman pulls up on Kagaris. He contests late, but it's a bucket nonetheless for Chatard. 10 points for Roseman. 30-second timeout. 2:45 to go. We'll actually take this one. Chatard leads it by 8 on the Roncalli Media Network.
A proud supporter of Roncalli High School, Indy Teledata provides IT solutions for businesses and organizations in central Indiana. For over 10 years, Steve Battiato and his team of professionals have provided comprehensive computing support, business telephone solutions, network infrastructure, and productivity suite integration. For a free evaluation of your technology needs, give Steve and his team a call at 317-231-5547 or visit us at indyteledata.com.
Point hole as it stands. The Trojans lead 23-15 in this Circle City Conference battle. Roncalli out of the timeout will bring it up ahead. Nolan Tunney controls far left side of the floor. Now to Kagaris, right wing, deep into the corner, Schmaltz to Kagaris. He fakes a pass, now back to Schmaltz. Schmaltz lets the zone collapse that way. They give to Tunney opposite side of the floor. Kagaris, little jab step, top of the arc to Tunney. With the right hand he goes. Back to Kagaris, thought about a triple again with a pump fake. Now hands to Schmaltz.
Yep, Chatard came out of this timeout in their little 2-3 zone.
They post feed Lauk, a power dribble. He goes right at the contact and scores. Lauk with 4. He scored in each corner, and the Royals are within 6.
Take an and one time.
Not a lot to ask, I don't think.
1-3-1 for the Royals.
Roseman at half court. Davidson right side, back to Roseman. Lewis now operates. He's back into the ball game. Pass was nearly stolen away. Roseman finds Lewis. Look ahead. Flip pass to Semler. Defense cuts that side of the floor away. Just outside 90 seconds left first half. Chatard leads by 6. Royals looking for a stop and score to end this half. Lewis goes baseline, back to Roseman. Kagaris is there. Pass nearly wasn't ready for it. Was Semler. Thought he walked with it. Over in the corner, Davidson. Davidson to Semler. And he'll bring it back out with a minute 25 to play here in the second quarter. Lewis skip pass. Schmaltz comes up now. Going to the corner. In trouble is Feeney. Finds Semler down the lane. Pull up inside the foul line is good. Field goal after field goal being dropped in by Chatard, and it's 25-17.
I'd like to see their shooting chart. I bet you it's all a bunch of mid-range. They're just hitting those mid-range jumpers.
A lot of green. A lot of old way of basketball jump shooting. A lot of makes for them to this point. Burn top of the arc. Lau calling for it. Davidson's there, and he took it away. Davidson up ahead, matched up with Kagaris, navigates through traffic, down the lane at contact, he laid it up and in. And another timeout taken by Coach Warnke. We will keep it here. 43.5 to go in this second quarter. Chatard leads by 10, 27-17. Well, now it's not so much being a step or two late as much as it is unable to string together some stops.
Yeah, for sure. For sure, they're getting into the middle of this zone against our 2-3 and our 1-3-1. They're putting a little guard in the middle and kind of forcing Trevor to guard a little guy up there. If he's coming up, they're going to drive around him or look high-low. If he stays flat, they're hitting that mid-range jumper. So they're putting him into in a tough position there defensively.
When you look at because Coach Warnke has mentioned he wants to implement more zone. He wants that to be a core part of his defensive philosophies as he builds out the program. If they were deeper, do you think we'd see switches to man more often?
Yeah, for sure. For sure. If they were deeper, and, I mean, quite honestly, I don't mean this, but we just struggle keeping the ball in front of us.
Yeah.
We struggle keeping the ball in front of us. So it's a good way, and it's worked pretty well so far.
Takes the pressure off.
Yeah.
No doubt about that.
Something we definitely need to continue to work on as a program, though.
Tunney to Kagaris around a Lauk screen. He goes baseline. Baseball pass to Tunney. Swings in the corner. He drives, kicks. Kagaris. First clean look from three tonight is good. Drew Kagaris from downtown. He's got 12 now, and it's a 7-point game. Final 17 seconds of this first half.
Stopping a rebound here.
Semler to Lewis. In the corner, Davidson. Back to Lewis with 7. Right side, Semler with 6.
Don't lose him, Noah.
Lewis with 4. He pulls up for 3. Got it to go. Royals will not get a heave up. Well, they got a heave up, and it went in and out, but I don't think it would have counted. Either way, you called it right as it happened.
Yeah, he was ball watching. Ball watching. You can't lose shooters. No fault to him. Like I said,
No,
I mean,
right.
this kid was playing
There's
freshman
gonna be
basketball last year and whatever.
Yeah.
You know, he'll get going here, but just can't be ball watching. Got to always see where the man is.
Well, this game is far from over, but at a minimum, to your point about the growing pains, as you call up or implement players that haven't gotten a lot of playing time, the one good side, plenty of film to look at.
Exactly.
Plenty of areas to grow and learn.
Exactly. And that's what they're going to have to do. You know, they're forced into a tough position. We understand that. The staff understands that. I think everybody understands that. But at some point, the excuses are done. It's time to start learning and start getting better.
That's Justin Warnke. I am Jimmy Cook. We're going to take a quick break. The Tom O'Brien Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram halftime show is up next at the intermission. Chatard leads Roncalli 30-20. Halftime show is next on the Roncalli Media Network.
Never lose your drive to deliver. Today's logistics marketplace is an ever-changing landscape where you can make your mark through dedication and passion. At Spot, these characteristics, along with drive and teamwork, form the basis for a rewarding, fast-paced career. Take it from our Roncalli co-founder and our dynamic group of Royals alumni. They've never lost the entrepreneurial spirit that provides the foundation for our continued success. There's never been a time like this, and there has never been a partner like Spot. We're relentless, we are experts, we are accomplished, and like you, we will never lose our drive to deliver. Come find your spot at spotinc.com/careers. Go Royals! Hey, maybe the summer blew by and your child hasn't been to his or her back-to-school eye exam. Let the experts take a look and schedule an appointment today with Vision Quest Eye Care. Vision Quest has 2 locations to serve you and your family in Greenwood and Geist. Visit VisionQuestEyeCare.com and schedule today. That's VisionQuestEyeCare.com. This past spring, Roncalli celebrated Roar Survival Safari. We want to once again thank those sponsors that made such a special night possible. Ascension St. Vincent, Marian University, Steve's Flowers and Gifts, Indy Teledata, Harding Poorman, Laundry and Tan Connection, O'Reilly Branson Funeral Service and Crematory, Quality Supply and Tool Company, James Babcock Incorporated, Wolf Family Dentistry, Catholic Business Network, Indiana Members Credit Union, Beck Automotive, and the Catholic Youth Organization. Thanks to all these great sponsors for contributing to our adventure at Roar Survival Safari.
Welcome back to Ascension St. Vincent Gymnasium. Chatard leads Roncalli 30-20 alongside Justin Warnke. I am Jimmy Cook. Chatard has held the all-time series lead for quite some time in this series. They lead at 36-32, but Roncalli has been the aggressor and the dominator over the last, give or take, 20 years or so. Roncalli's won 17 of the last 18 overall, but in danger of dropping their first matchup in about 5 years. What have been your takeaways from that first half? And we'll get into this in segment 2, but what else needs to change at the dressing rooms for the Royals to come back out and rally?
I hate to sound like a broken record, but it's intensity. You know, it's intensity. You're a man down. You're about 3 men down. But you know what? It is what it is. Now you've got sophomores in tough positions. You got guys playing positions that they're not accustomed to playing. But all you got to do is play hard, right? Like they're not asking you to go out there and do anything you can't do. Drew's a shooter. Drew's a scorer. He's still out there. No one can score it. You got Big Trev. Everybody else just needs to play hard, get loose balls, get rebounds, and help your team win in different areas.
We're going to take a quick break. We come back. We'll have more thoughts on the first half and ultimately where the biggest adjustments need to be made, and if there's anything that Justin has seen that Chatard is doing that maybe they need to clean up on their side of the floor. That and more after this. Tom O'Brien, Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram halftime show continues. Trojans 30, Royals 20 on the Roncalli Media Network.
Meet Zach. Zach rides everywhere, day and night, rain or shine. At Indiana Members Credit Union, we know Zach. We know he's been saving up for a car. We're here to help Zach and you. Now get pre-approved for auto financing as low as 3.99% APR. Today, it's all about Zach. Tomorrow, it's all about you. Because at IMCU, it's you that matters. Rates subject to credit approval and valid on purchase of 2020 or newer vehicles. Learn more at imcu.com.
Hi folks, it's Ben Stallings with Beck Service Center. Automotive breakdowns and routine maintenance never come at a good time. Let us help take the stress out of your automotive repairs. With 10 mechanics and 32 bays, we can get you back up and running with minimal downtime. Quality parts, experienced mechanics, locally owned and operated since 1977. Located at the southeast corner of Madison and Edgewood, we are pretty darn good at fixing cars. Let's go Royals.
Harding Poorman is a full-service printing and brand communications company. From creative services and strategy to print, signage, digital output, warehousing and fulfillment, mailing, e-commerce storefronts, and even mobile solutions. They are dedicating to helping their clients get the most out of their brand communication efforts with the quality they can see and results they can be sure of. Get the most out of your brand communications. Certified to be the best, Harding Poorman.
Marian University wants to know, what are you made of? At Marian University, our students are made of character and faith. Our students are service-minded and want to make a difference in the world. Our students possess the skills and intellect required of leaders. Come to Marian University, Indy's premier Catholic university, and let us help you find out what you're made of. You can apply for free today at marian.edu.
Warnke coming to you courtside from Ascension St. Vincent Gymnasium. We talked about the Roncalli adjustments. What's been most effective from what Chatard has done in that first half, and anything that, again, I know we're the Roncalli Media Network, but if you're putting your shoes in their camp, anything they need to fine-tune in half number 2.
Yeah, what I've noticed that Chatard's done a really good job of is getting guards in the middle of that zone. We kind of talked about that, and they're putting Trevor in an interesting position there, right? So I think they're putting Roseman in the middle. I think he has 10 in the first half. So he's a good decision maker. I don't know. It'll be interesting to see if Roncalli comes out and maybe applies some pressure, but it's tough to apply pressure to a team that has solid guards. So they got good guard play, but we'll see. The first 3-4 minutes of this third quarter is going to be very, very important for the Royals. You can chip this down to 6-4-3 by the end of the third quarter, and you're right where you need to be. They extend this to 13, 14, 16 to start the third, and then you're in a world of hurt.
You're never gonna. Let me clarify this. Nolan Tunney's been outstanding this year, so I'm not trying to pick on him, but I'm going to pick on him specifically in this scenario because he's held scoreless in that first half. Again, we know there's growing pains. We know there's a lot of players that are trying to mix and vibe through this new look Royals team without Luke Kagaris, but how important is it to get the likes of Tunney and Drew in a double, or Drew's already there, but to get Tunney into double figures to take some of that load off? Yeah,
exactly. He's going to have to hit some shots. I know he's driven down there. He's turned a couple shots down that I would like for him to take. He'll get himself going here. I know he's a big one for us, and I think he'll get himself going here.
We're going to take our final break. We come back. Third quarter arrives. Chatard leads the Royals 30-20. Third quarter up next on the Roncalli Media Network.
Sports fans, it's Mark Maloney with JC Bank. Whether tailgating or listening to the game at home, JC Bank invites you to BYOB. Be your own branch. Got a laptop with Wi-Fi or a smartphone? Well, BYOB 24/7 with JC Bank's online and mobile banking options. Hey, you can even apply for a mortgage online with JC Bank. And remember, we're happy to serve you at one of our local JC Bank offices too. And we'll be opening soon in Greenwood. Get in the game at jcbank.com/BYOB. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
While others focus on simply facilitating a transaction, Century 21 agents like Sarah Lux believe in the value of delivering extraordinary experiences by defying mediocrity and always giving you 121%. Find your new home or sell your current home with the best. Contact Sarah Lux at 502-6253 or online at listwithlux.com. That's Sarah Lux at listwithlux.com. Listwithlux.com.
Providing comfort for families in their time of need is the main concern of the staff at Lauk Veldhoff Funeral Home. We are a small family-owned firm and take great pride in the personal service we offer and the family-like atmosphere at our facility. At Lauk Veldhoff, we only serve one family at a time, providing compassionate care and affordable options, truly part of your community. Lauk and Veldhoff Funeral and Cremation Services. Call 317-636-6655. A proud supporter of Roncalli High School, Indy Teledata provides IT solutions for businesses and organizations in Central Indiana. For over 10 years, Steve Battiato and his team of professionals have provided comprehensive computing support, business telephone solutions, network infrastructure, and productivity suite integration. For a free evaluation of your technology needs, give Steve and his team a call at 317-231-5547 or visit us at indyteledata.com.
Our video-only broadcast crew, a young man that just got up and is walking towards the exits. Got a Chiefs hoodie on. Good to see the Chiefs invade Roncalli, carry the torch that I wore well here from 09 to 13. So always good to see that.
Patty going to do it?
I think so. I think he is. Need to get some health in the receiver department, but I do think they're going to do it. Tunney operates top of the arc, down the lane, and maybe a bit of a sell job by Robert Davidson. But he draws the foul on Tunney.
Yep, trying to get Nolan going there. First play of the game, just kind of like we said, trying to get him going, and unfortunately the whistle went against his way there. Stay solid here. Stay solid. 1-3-1 trap, or maybe not a trap. 1-3-1 zone.
Nope. And the Trojans will bring it up ahead. Roseman splits a front end of this zone. Now back to Lewis. Lewis to Roseman. He picks up his dribble to Lewis. They try to navigate passes at the top of the arc as Roseman. Now at the foul line. Back to Lewis. Left wing three. That's off the mark. Lauk boxed out, but nobody grabs the rebound. It instead falls for a second chance, and the Royals are very lucky. Semler missed that layup.
Starting.
No.
Turnover and an offensive rebound first 2 possessions.
Cagaris. Top of the arc. Fakes to Selke. Gives the Tunney right wing. Matched up with Davidson. Around a screen. Pump fakes once. Now Lauk top of the arc. Lauk to Tunney. Foul line. In the paint. Spinning. Turning. Scooping. Can't get it to go. Rebound. Outlet. Roseman. Roseman and Byrne. Right wing off a screen. Knapp for three. An air ball. It's saved by Davidson, but he's on the sideline. Out of bounds. Roncalli gets the basketball back. I would say lucky at this point.
Yeah. You had 2 or 3 guys standing there, and one Chatard guy went and got it. The Roncalli guy stood there.
It's not a good start in the effort department for the Royals to open this second half, but they've been very lucky. Cagaris got free around a screen. Left wing three is good. Drew Cagaris from downtown. He's got 14, keeping Roncalli in this game.
Royals in man-to-man now.
And it's 30-23. Semler. Left side. Waiting for Lauk to come out and guard him. Trevor will do that. Semler trying to navigate past him. Over to Roseman. Right side with Byrne guarding him. Byrne gives to Semler, and Semler's going to hold.
They just keep putting Trevor on an island, whether it's zone or man.
Yep. Right side, Lewis. Lewis to Roseman. Roseman back down the lane, kicks to Lewis in the corner. Davidson, he resets. Lewis three, short. Nobody boxed out again. Semler second chance is good. 32-23. Tunney, far left side of the floor. Gets Selke in the wing, and he had his pocket picked. Up ahead, Davidson, 3-on-1. Selke commits the foul.
Good foul.
To prevent a fast break opportunity from arising. Second foul on Judd.
Here we go, 1-3-1 coming out of it. Got to get a rebound.
Roseman navigates through into the corner. Davidson, right wing Lewis. Make that Semler, I beg your pardon. Semler brings it back out, skip pass to Knapp. Knapp to Lewis in the corner. Now he brings it back out to the far left side of the floor, beyond the arc, down the lane. Gives to Semler, drive and kick, three, good. And Chatard starting to flex a little bit. They lead by 12, largest of the game. 35-23. Royals in need of a basket in the worst way.
Good cut. There
Cagaris, left wing three from Lauk. Nothing but nylon. They get their basket. They get an answer. 35-26. Roseman down the lane. Leaves for Lewis. Back to Roseman, right wing. Against this Roncalli zone. Into the corner. Semler goes baseline. And a backdoor cut by Knapp. He lays it up and in. And now a steal on the inbounds pass by Davidson. And it's a 4-0 run just like that by the Trojan. And Coach Warnke, rightfully so, has seen enough. It's a full timeout. We'll take one as well. 4:20 to play in this third quarter. Largest lead of the game from Chatard, 39-26. Back in 40 seconds on the Roncalli Media Network.
Never lose your drive to deliver. Today's logistics marketplace is an ever-changing landscape where you can make your mark through dedication and passion. At Spot, these characteristics, along with drive and teamwork, form the basis for a rewarding, fast-paced career. Take it from our Roncalli co-founder and our dynamic group of Royals alumni. They've never lost the entrepreneurial spirit that provides the foundation for our continued success. There's never been a time like this, and there has never been a partner like Spot. We're relentless, we are experts, we are accomplished, and like you, we will never lose our drive to deliver. Come find your spot at spotinc.com/careers. Go Royals!
a 9-6 run to start this third quarter.
Offensive rebounds and turnovers. I bet we've given up 3 or 4 offensive rebounds and have at least a turnover or 2 as well. It's a recipe for disaster.
Royals cut it to 9 at 35-26. Since then, a 4-0 run. Tunney in the corner, nearly lost it. Goes at Davidson, had it blocked from behind. Davidson saves it, they'll say, all the way to the backcourt. And Roncalli's Luke Green, who just checked into the ball game, brings it up ahead. Tunney, right wing, skip pass, in the corner. Schmaltz, pump fakes, drives, kicks. Tunney, extra pass to Green for 3. He was fouled. Oh, it's on the floor. No, it's a loose ball foul on Trevor Lauk.
Trevor.
Of course it is. Trevor's second.
Yeah. Nolan Tunney needs a catch and shoot the basketball. He's turning down open shots and just driving into guys where he's struggling to get good looks. Just catch it and shoot it when you're open, bub. He can hit that.
Yep. Artiga to Roseman, right wing. Looking for a drive and kick in the corner. It's not there. Now gives to Roseman on the right side. They go right back to it. Lull him to sleep. Nap for 3. It's short. Rebound Davidson. A hop step. He missed his layup. Rebound Cagaris. Royals looking to push full head of steam. They got a 4-on-3. Tunney right side. Waits. Spins. Turns on Nap. High off the window and in. (39-28). And a pass that's tipped on the far right side of the floor. Green was there. He'll check out. Byrne will check in. Byrne, Lauk, Tunney, Schmaltz, Cagaris, the 5 out there for Roncalli. Artiga, Roseman, Semler, Davidson, and Knapp, the 5 out there for Chatard. Knapp to Artiga. Passes to Roseman. Left side of the floor. High floater passes between the two of them. Roseman, skip in the corner, Knapp. Extra pass to Artiga, who didn't shoot, gives to Roseman. Instead, he pulls up from the left foul line. Rebound, Tunney. That shot was short. Tunney hits the brakes and spins around Davidson. Now he crosses up Roseman. He's got a 1-on-2 in the corner. Byrne for 3, short. And a rebound gathered by Semler. And now a loose ball foul to go against Chatard. They push Tunney down. We kind of highlighted it in the first half. It looked like it was starting to get that way, a little chippy between these two rivals.
I don't think Trevor's going to help that either.
No, he's not. Let the big fella contain it for 2 minutes and 40 seconds, then have 3 to play with in the final quarter. Cagaris will inbound. Baseline left underneath the Trojan hoop. Lauk wants it. They give it to him. High post. He spins. He turns.
Count it.
He thought he was fouled from behind. They say no again. No fouls yet for Lauk in this ball game in terms of him being fouled. That's called by the officials, and that's a frustration foul by Trevor on that drive by Davidson. It's his second. Make it his third, I beg your pardon. Lauk not happy. Don't blame him either.
Yeah, he's getting a raw into some calls tonight, and now he's letting it affect him.
Lewis to Trigger. Fakes once. Bounce feed. Davidson. He'll contort and get the call, but he had inside position in his defense.
Ooh, called that shooting. It's on the floor.
It's going to go on Byrne. He said basket was good.
He said basket
he didn't mean
was
that.
good.
He didn't mean that. He made a mistake. There's no shot. The
ball should have been on the floor, and he just said the basket's good.
Okay, yeah, that's what I thought. I mean, I don't disagree with you about it was on the floor, but
he came over and said the basket's
he
good.
Just said basket was good, but I think he just misspoke, which I understand. First free throw is good. One more upcoming for Davidson. That one's in and out. Rebound Cagaris.
I don't think he's happy with me.
Not happy with one of us. Usually it's me. Byrne right side. on the right wing. Skip past Tunney, gets through traffic. Nolan hesitates, drives off the window, and good. They let the contact play through. Roncalli back within 10. This is where it was at halftime. Davidson, risky pass, and it's taken by Byrne, but it was on the baseline first.
The effort's there now. Hopefully, I don't know if there's some talking going on at chippiness. Hopefully it got us going a little bit.
Woke the Royals up a bit. Lewis to trigger. Looking to get it in. Looks down the lane. Layup is good for Semler.
Dang it.
He's got 7 points here in the third. Lead back to 12. 42-30. Outside of 90 seconds to play in this third quarter. Tunney, left side, crosses up Davidson. Tried to drive at him. Spinning, turning, and gives to Green. Green back to Schmaltz. Schmaltz awaits help. Finds Byrne. Byrne to Tunney in the corner, matched up with Davidson. Goes around a screen. Roseman draws him now. It went off of Tunney's leg. I think he was looking for a foul call. It never came. Out of bounds to Chatard.
Just got to fight through some contact down here. I kind of agree with them, but there's nothing you can do. If the refs aren't going to call it, you need to fight through it and handle it.
If you don't hear that whistle, you got to get dead on sprint to go get that basketball back. Yeah. Lewis, far left side of the floor on the inbound. He gets it over to Semler. Chatard up by 12. Semler extends a hand.
It's got to be close to. Ooh.
Matched up with Kagaris. Now Roseman at the leg of the Roncalli R. Right at Byrne. Working with the left hand. Inside out dribble. Byrne watching his hands. Now they give in the corner to Lewis. Under a minute to go, third quarter.
They're holding for one here.
Yep. Kenny Roseman knows the long game, but a double dribble is called left side by Semler. And they'll give it back to Roncalli with 52 seconds to go. Well, the Royals could make this a neutral quarter and make it a 10-point game going into the third. They go +1 with a 3 to make it a 9-point game. Tunney crosses half court. Davidson all over him. Now to Byrne right side. Byrne now top of the arc looking for Kagaris. Finds Tunney right wing with 40. Tunney around a screen. Kick to Schmaltz. Schmaltz picked up his dribble. Tough spot. Finds Byrne right wing. Jab step with 32. Now Tunney with 30. Has yet to use his dribble. Around a Byrne screen. Right side of the floor. Skip pass corner. Green driving and is fouled. Just the second foul of this half called on the Trojans. With 23 seconds to go in the third, Chatard leads by 12. Roncalli will inbound. Baseline left underneath the Trojan hoop. Sub at the table. Going to be Colin Guy, who had been an aggressor for Chatard in that first half. They'll get him in there. Kagaris gives to Tunney. Tunney takes a handoff. Jab step. Tunney left block. Davidson flopped. Oh my goodness, and one. I thought he was going to call an offensive foul. Tunney turns and puts the layup up. Davidson flopped. I thought they were going to play on. Instead, the official calls it a block, as Justin mentioned. It's an and one. Count it for Nolan and put him on the line. And a chance to make this potentially a positive quarter for the Royals. Make it a single-digit ball game going into the fourth. Tunney, 6 points here in the quarter. Make it 7. Royals within 9. First time they've been in single-digit range since the second quarter.
2-3 zone.
Roseman at the Roncalli leg to Lewis. Now Davidson back to Lewis, left side of the floor. Roseman right wing with 5. Roseman yet to use the dribble. Now he does with 3, with 2. Crosses over. Double clutch triple at the horn is good.
Oh, my. How in the world?
Oh, my goodness.
Double pumped in the air.
Ethan Roseman, as Justin mentioned, a double clutch 3 in air with defenders around him. Makes it a advantage quarter to Chatard and gives him a 12-point lead heading into the final frame. Trojans 45, Royals 33. Time to see if Roncalli has a rally within them on the Roncalli Media Network.
Sports fans, it's Mark Maloney with JC Bank. Whether tailgating or listening to the game at home, JC Bank invites you to BYOB. Be your own branch. Got a laptop with Wi-Fi or a smartphone? Well, BYOB 24/7 with JC Bank's online and mobile banking options. Hey, you can even apply for a mortgage online with JC Bank. And remember, we're happy to serve you at one of our local JC Bank offices too, and we'll be opening soon in Greenwood. Get in the game at jcbank.com/BYOB. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Providing comfort for families in their time of need is the main concern of the staff at Lauk Veldoff Funeral Home. We are a small family-owned firm and take great pride in the personal service we offer and the family-like atmosphere at our facility. At Lauk Veldoff, we only serve one family at a time, providing compassionate care and affordable options, truly part of your community. Lauk and Veldoff Funeral and Cremation Services. Call 317-636-6655.
In that third quarter. Trojans have it to start this fourth quarter. Left side to Roseman, top of the arc, finds Knapp for three in the corner, all alone, in and out. Rebound, Tunney secures it. Nolan, full sprint. In the corner, Byrne. Back to Tunney, right wing. Lauk flashing. He gets it. He drives. He's fouled, but he can't turn it home. Lauk finally got a foul call down low, and will go to the line for two.
Hit these. We're in that 1-3-1 trap there. Make sure we're rebounding out of it. I know it's tough for Drew to have to go back and forth and trap up there, but being as long and as active as he is, he needs to make sure he's crashing on the boards down there too. It's tough.
We talked about, as the first free throw is off the mark from Lauk, we talked about the scoring needs of Roncalli. Tunney needed to step up, and Kagras needed to continue to play well. All 13 points in that third quarter scored by that duo.
Yeah.
Lauk gets a gets one of the two, makes it a 11-point game.
Man to man.
45-34, advantage Chatard. Roseman left wing, down the lane, pulls up. Lauk got a hand in his face. Rebound tapped at into the backcourt. Last touch by Chatard. It was not over and back, said the official. He tipped it backwards, but the official says otherwise, and it's going to lead to a floater and a drive and a score by Semler. Not sure about that one.
Yeah, I'm not either. I'm not a fan of that official over there.
No, I'm not either. Kagras tried to get a foul call, instead swings to Tunney in the corner. At the top, Byrne, catch and shoot three in the air, in and out.
Gosh dang.
Rebound, and Lauk that time, even though this is the official that we've not been a big fan of, Lauk just ripped the jersey of Lewis trying to get that rebound. That's the first one I agree with all night. We were back on the gridiron. Lauk got a big hand there on a jersey, trying to bring him down.
Yeah, for sure. He's frustrated.
Don't blame him. 47-34, Chatard by 13. Royals can't get it all in one possession, but need to string together a couple of stops. Semler to Roseman. Play high-low with it, back to Roseman. And they're just going to make Roncalli run circles with his zone.
They can handle it pretty well. They're a good passing team, it looks like.
But no real intent to shoot right now with a 13-point lead in hand. And no shot clock present in the state. Try my best, loyal listeners, to stay off that soapbox tonight. Yeah. You know how I feel about it.
You want one?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Even if, I don't care if it's a minute. Just put something on there. Lob and a jam from Lewis to Davidson as he puts it up and in. And to make it 49-34. Kagras will bring it up ahead. I just think you're not learning anything if you're just going to hold and sit. And at a minimum, for players that are at the next level, as Roncalli passes to Tunney in the corner for three. That's up in the air and is short. And it's rebounded by Chatard. We'll wait and hold that thought for a second as Roseman comes up in transition on Lauk. He pulls up, he hangs, and they're going to get a ticky-tack touch foul. Guess who called it? Lauk touched the chest of Roseman. He hit the shot, and an and-one opportunity upcoming. But anyway, when you look at a minimum, you put in timeout will stay here. With 5:26 to go, Chatard leads 51-34. At a minimum, for those playing at the next level, at worst case, even if you set it to a minute, at least get it in your head that oh, yeah, if I go to college, I can't hold on to this ball.
Can't hold it the whole time.
I don't know.
Yeah, for sure. I'm not completely against it either. I see both arguments. I see the side of, they're not learning anything and to get them going, but I also see, some teams use it as their advantage.
They do.
But to each their own.
Exactly. Anyway, back to matters that we can actually impact in terms of where this game has gone. We knew there's going to be growing pains, and I'm not saying that this game is necessarily over. Though 17 with 5:25 to go is a tall order, but either way, we're starting to creep into the territory of accepting the growing pains, wanting to put action on film that you can learn from with your players you've called up, but also just winning each possession.
Yeah.
Even if you don't walk out with the W, winning each possession and showing growth that you can take in with you to practice the rest of the way, particularly on this homestand.
Yeah, and I know it's tough for these guys. I know it's tough for everyone involved, but there's going to be growing pains. There's going to be downs. Yeah. They're going to have to just stay together and stay solid. I mean, there's still a long ways to go. Mm-hmm. Unfortunately, they're missing both Lukes, and that hurts. But you got to stay together. You got to stay positive. You got to continue to get better. I know it stinks for the seniors, but big picture here for juniors and sophomores, it's only going to make you better later, in your career.
Roseman hits the free one. And at a minimum, and it might be too early to start opening up this book, but at a minimum, if you're a junior, a freshman, a sophomore, and you're on the floor tonight, remember this.
Yeah, your eyes are lighting up, right?
Because this is a rivalry, but it's been one that's been dominated by Roncalli as Tunney's on the right block and falls away with a jumper. It's off the mark. This has been a rivalry that's been dominated by Roncalli as of late. If you're going to lose by double figures on your home floor and you still have a season left or two, remember this game. Take it with you.
Yep, for sure.
Roseman down the lane. Might have got away with a travel. Kagera swats it away, but they'll say he got him with the body. And he'll go to the line for 2 free throws with 4:51 to play in this final quarter.
And I'm not saying that we're doing it. Maybe I will in 3 or 4 games if it keeps up like this. But Chatard, Ritter, Guerin, nobody's going to feel sorry for us.
Oh, no.
Right? It stinks.
No.
It stinks, and we feel sorry for our guys. But they're not going to. So we're going to have to show up, ready to compete whenever your number's called, man.
Yep. You might not get the wins to show, but the toughness and the grit of this group is, unfairly or not, going to be on full display over these final 6 games.
Yep. How do you respond?
Byrne, top of the arc, works to Tunney. He's open for 3. It's in the air. It's in and out. Thought it was going to go down. Kagera's the rebound. It's fought for, taken by the Trojans, and up ahead to Davidson. Davidson goes by Tunney. Now to Roseman, 4:25 to go. Roseman down the lane, kicks left side, and Chatard is going to be content to hang on and hold. Semler, as Kagera brings some pressure, dribbles to the right side of the floor. Now goes between the legs to Davidson, top of the arc. Davidson, little jab step. Crosses over. Now to the left wing. Back to Roseman, right in between the circles of the Roncalli R. At the volleyball line now, right side of the floor. Back to the left wing, Semler. Semler nearly had his pocket picked by Kagera. He did. It was last touch, they'll say, by Drew. Ooh. Inbound to Roseman. Far right side. Those moonball lobs between Davidson and Roseman. Crosses over on Tunney. Had his pocket picked. Kagera up ahead. Drew. Euro. Scoop layup. Rolled off. Rebound Selke. He adjusts and scores. This type of extra effort plays you need.
Yeah, for sure.
And a timeout taken by Chatard. Full timeout. We'll take one as well. 3:26 to play in this ball game. Trojans out in front by 17 on the Roncalli Media Network.
Meet Zach. Zach rides everywhere, day and night, rain or shine. At Indiana Members Credit Union, we know Zach. We know he's been saving up for a car. We're here to help Zach and you. Now get pre-approved for auto financing as low as 3.99% APR. Today, it's all about Zach. Tomorrow, it's all about you. Because at IMCU, it's you that matters. Rates subject to credit approval and valid on purchase of 2020 or newer vehicles. Learn more at imcu.com.
Welcome back to Roncalli High School inside Ascension St. Vincent Gymnasium alongside Justin Warnke. I'm Jimmy Cook. 3:26 to play in regulation. Chatard on top by 17. They'll inbound. Sideline right into that far corner is Moore. Moore to Davidson, to Lewis. Moore running the baseline right now as it stands. Now Davidson on the left wing. They play keep away with it. Trying to milk as much this time as they can, and no hurry, up 17.
That little number 2 doesn't do a lot to flash you, but, man, he's a solid little guard.
Yeah, what I kind of mentioned in the early stages of the first quarter, he's almost like a cutoff man in baseball.
Yeah.
At the top of the arc. He's so quick with those swing passes to keep things rolling. And then, as you mentioned, he's able to put himself positionally in the right place a lot of the time.
He's only 5'9". He's got Drew coming at him in this trap a lot, and he hadn't turned it over. He's been calm and solid. I like that little guy.
Lewis, left side. Pass to Davidson, and like a free safety, Selke comes to pick it off, and they'll call a foul on Selke. Coach Warnke looking for an explanation.
He said hands in his back, but I thought his hands were on the ball. They almost called a jump ball.
That's what I thought as well. Davidson missed him. Out to Tunney on the rebound. Now Selke pulls up for 3. Too long. Rebound controlled by Chatard. It's Feeney up to Semler. 2:16 to play. Roseman foul from behind by Byrne. At the line is Roseman for 2 shots. First free throw up and good. And makes it a 18-point advantage. Second one is off the mark. Far right side of the floor. Roncalli operates now in between the circles to Selke. Post feed Tunney. Tunney.
Good dive.
On the right block. Turns down the lane. Fouled and one.
Drew with a nice dive there and taking his guy away. Nolan off 2 and finished home.
Makes it 54-38 inside of 2 minutes to go in this ball game. Tunney can't complete the three-point play. Rebound Davidson to Roseman, back to Davidson. He will bring it ahead. In between the circles, now left side to Semler. Semler, left wing inside the arc to Lewis. Lewis, bounce feed to Davidson. Eli Miller is checking into the game for Roncalli, and a foul on Tunney. More subs set to come in for Roncalli as well. Joe Taylor going to get some action. Tunney comes out, so it's Taylor, Selke.
I don't know what my buddy is asking over here.
You guys going to grab a
What in
cup
the
later?
world?
But a lot of strange happenings for the Stripes tonight.
It's only my second game on the radio. It might be his second game officiating a varsity game at least.
I thought you did a better job for what it's worth. One more outgoing for Semler. Gets that one to go. Trojans in front. 56-38. The lead is 18. Vestida. And there for the first time this season. Skip pass left side. 3 in the air. 3 through the bottom of the net.
Doge, a freshman stepping in and hitting the 3.
Correction, I apologize. I was going off the roster, but you're right. That is Zach Dozier.
Yeah.
But I looked at the book, so you're right. I apologize.
No.
Zach Dozier on the triple. You were right on that. As he knocks it down. All the way to the cup. Roseman gets to go. Inbounded up ahead. Schmaltz controls. Schmaltz to Dozier. Dozier left wing. Nice crossover. Had his pocket picked. Roseman up ahead. Roseman lays it up and in off glass to make it 60-41. A timeout for subs taken by Chatard. They'll point that to the officials, so it'll be for subs. And with 32 seconds to go, Chatard's going to walk out of here with the victory.
Hate to sound like a broken record, but, man, these guys got a tough 5 or 6 games ahead of them. They're just going to have to continue to work and get better and see if they can grind a couple out.
Dozier gives to Selke down the lane. He gives in the corner. Taylor for 3. Short. Rebound. Chatard able to somehow save it, says the baseline official. Moore walks it ahead. No shots here. And that is going to do it. For just the second time in 19 meetings, the Bishop Chatard Trojans have a win against the Royals. They knock off Roncalli tonight, 60-41. It's a 19-point advantage. You have to dive deep in it. It speaks to the dominance of Roncalli. You have to dive deep into the record books to find the last time that Chatard had a margin like this against Roncalli. December the 17th of 1993, a 20-point win for the Trojans. Since then, they've had wins. There were stretches in the 90s and early 2000s that went Chatard's way, but outside of that, a lot of dominance by Roncalli. And again, this isn't a change of the guard by any means. If nothing else, Justin, a stat like that should emphasize the level of consistency that Roncalli basketball is known for and the hardships this program. No one's going to feel sorry for him, but the hardships that Coach Warnke and the group have had to overcome here in year one.
Yep, for sure. For sure. Things aren't going the way that, everyone envisioned. Unfortunately, injuries are a part of the game. You're throwing some guys out there who were playing freshman basketball last year, and unfortunately you're putting those guys in bad positions too, right? Yep. It's just a state of where they are right now. So everyone understands it. Everyone realizes it. They're just going to have to stick together. They're going to have to stay to the plan. The coaches are going to have to come up with their ordeal and see what they want to do, and the players are going to have to stick with it and just continue to grind, continue to get better, and see if they can just keep learning and grind a couple out.
We're going to take a break. We come back. The Indy Teledata postgame show is on. Again, our final in this one. Chatard defeats Roncalli 60-41. Indy Teledata postgame show is next on the Roncalli Media Network.
Steve's Flowers and Gifts is your family-owned Indianapolis and Greenwood florist. Our mission is to establish and maintain the highest level of floral value and customer service at comfortable consumer prices. For the best and freshest flowers in Indianapolis and surrounding areas, Steve's Flowers and Gifts has exactly what you're looking for. Check out our wide selection of flower arrangements to make your next occasion memorable. Call 317-787-3431 or visit us at 3150 East Thompson Road. Marian University wants to know, what are you made of? At Marian University, our students are made of character and faith. Our students are service-minded and want to make a difference in the world. Our students possess the skills and intellect required of leaders. Come to Marian University, Indy's premier Catholic university, and let us help you find out what you're made of. You can apply for free today at marian.edu.
A proud supporter of Roncalli High School, Indy Teledata provides IT solutions for businesses and organizations in central Indiana. For over 10 years, Steve Battiato and his team of professionals have provided comprehensive computing support, business telephone solutions, network infrastructure, and productivity suite integration. For a free evaluation of your technology needs, give Steve and his team a call at 317-231-5547 or visit us at indyteledata.com.
When looking for reliable HVAC professionals, look no further than Anne & Bartram Heating and Cooling. Whether you need a routine maintenance check or an emergency repair on a heating or cooling unit, Anne & Bartram are available to handle all of your heating, cooling, and ventilation needs. Anne & Bartram strive to be the best, so call them today at 317-889-9574. They even have 24/7 emergency service. Call them today, Anne & Bartram, 317-889-9574.
Sports fans, it's Mark Maloney with JC Bank. Whether tailgating or listening to the game at home, JC Bank invites you to BYOB. Be your own branch. Got a laptop with Wi-Fi or a smartphone? Well, BYOB 24/7 with JC Bank's online and mobile banking options. Hey, you can even apply for a mortgage online with JC Bank. And remember, we're happy to serve you at one of our local JC Bank offices too. And we'll be opening soon in Greenwood. Get in the game at jcbank.com/BYOB. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Welcome back to Ascension St. Vincent Gymnasium. The Trojans knock off the Royals 60-41 at the final tonight alongside Justin Warnke. I am Jimmy Cook. Look, games like this aren't fun.
Yeah.
They're not fun on the Roncalli side. They're not fun in the broadcast booth. I mean, you hope that the youngsters in the student section had a good time in general because you appreciate the support. You hope they at least enjoyed themselves. But outside of that, when you look at the meats and bones of this game, and this is what we're going to ask Coach when he comes out here, and you hate to start like this, but you pointed out a lot of it, I think, was effort and tone being set in that first half.
Yeah, for sure. And it might just be a shock, a shock for some of these guys. You lose your best player, and it's kind of like, gosh, dang, we were rolling, we were playing well. Now one of our best players is out, and then you put guys in new positions, new areas. Some of these JV guys that are playing varsity, they don't even know what some of these plays are. They had a couple of days to try to learn them, but there's a big difference between learning through a play in practice and then against a varsity team with a packed gym and stuff, So there's going to be some growing pains, but, man, the effort and the intensity should always be there, especially if you're a sophomore or a junior getting a look that you're probably weren't planning on getting.
Right.
Just
seize the opportunity, seize the day.
Yeah.
We talked about this a little bit off air, and you couldn't recall it, and I couldn't recall it during my broadcasting days. When I was a student here, I can't remember a team I was ever a part of or involved with or covered in this building that's dealt with as much adversity as they have, at least on the injury front and just as a whole. Again, I understand, and Coach has said this, he doesn't want people to feel sorry for him. The players in there don't want him to feel sorry for him, but it's a tough fact of the situation that, they are in unprecedented territory in terms of the injury bug in this program.
For sure. They were thin to start the season.
Right.
They were playing 6 or 7 guys to start the season. Now you lose 3 for the year with Moyers and Scar and Luke Kegg. So they were thin to start the season. Now they're even thinner. Thinking back, I can think of Christian Stewart breaking his leg and being out for the year. But, yeah, man, whenever you lose your best player, your leading scorer, your point guard, all the above, it hurts.
We're going to take our first and only break here on the Indy Teledata postgame show. Actually, no, we'll keep it here as Coach makes his way out here.
You talking to him?
You can ask a question
no,
too if you'd
good.
like.
No.
No, just me? Okay, all right. Joining us now on the Teledata postgame show, Royals head coach Jamin Warnke. Coach, we talked about a lot in the pregame show about growing pains and the new insertion of players into the lineup and it maybe taken a game or two to gel, but it also felt like it, and we both pointed this out on the broadcast, that effort and setting the tone in that first half maybe wasn't up to par of where you'd like it to be.
No, it wasn't. This is the first time I've had this feeling in a while. It was one of those nights where I said it in the locker room, and I'll say it here too, that I'm going to withhold any strong comments until after I watch it and make sure I did see what I saw. But yeah, I didn't feel like, gosh dang, for playing our north side rival, our deanery, North Deanery School, guys that we grew up playing against, we didn't quite have the energy or the competitive spirit that we've had really starting with Cathedral. We've had it every game starting with Cathedral, and I don't feel like we had it tonight. Obviously, we have circumstances, and we are playing some young guys, but, I did just challenge them in the locker room, that they're going to need to grow up quick. Our expectations aren't going to change, and, we're going to need them to meet it, all of them.
This is a 10-point game at halftime. It finishes +9 in the second half to Chatard, obviously a 19-point victory. What was the messaging and the feeling like at halftime, knowing that at 10 points, that's by no means out of reach? That's something that you put together a couple runs to open the third quarter, and it's a whole new ballgame.
Yeah, believe it or not, at halftime we were talking about the defensive end and the defensive glass. That's what we talked about. We didn't do it very well there in the third quarter, so gosh dang, their coach's kid ended both quarters with bucket, second and third quarter with buckets. Those were daggers. Could have gone into halftime down 8, could have gone into the fourth down 9, but he scores 5 points, 2 at the end of the first half and 3 at the end of the third quarter that killed us. We'll keep getting better.
Something I kind of said too to Jimmy is along the effort lines. It's just like, not only is it tough for guys to be playing different roles and different positions, but these sophomores have also never seen anything like this, right? Kind of giving them an out. Like, there's a big difference between freshman basketball in this, there's a big difference between JV in this, and there's a big difference between practice in this. Yeah,
it's different for sure. I think one thing that we'll talk about tomorrow is I want them to make aggressive mistakes. Hey, it's different. I know there's I don't know how many people there are, 1,500 people here tonight. Sure. Big student section. We're playing the rival, and it's hard. I wasn't ready to play varsity as a sophomore. Not very many guys are, but when you're out there, I hope that we're pumping them with confidence, and I hope that they go out there and just play really dang hard. And if you turn it over or if you get a foul or you whatever, but I just want it to be more aggressive and less nervous or passive. But I know it's hard.
Coach, you got 5 games left on the schedule. 3 of those are at home. This is the first of 4. Obviously not how you wanted to start the final homestand of the season, but you talk about few teams are going to get that juice like Chatard does, but you still have a couple conference rivals, an old parochial foe in Cardinal Ritter, Buff to come, a Southside rival in Franklin Central. What do you want to see out of this group? What do you need to see out of this group over the final 5 to be in a good spot by the time the postseason arrives?
Right now, my answer is just going back to competitive spirit. I need some togetherness and some fight and some competitive spirit. Everybody has circumstances. Believe it or not, when I was talking to Zach Hahn before the Center Grove game, he's complaining about all the stuff they're going through, and they're 15-1. And obviously Heritage Christian has stuff going on there. Everybody has circumstances, including us, and we need to be able to come together and fight through it together.
Thank you for the time as always, Coach.
Yep, thanks.
That's Royals head coach Jamin Warnke. Royals fall tonight 60-41, the final. We'll take our final break and be back to wrap things up after this on the Roncalli Media Network.
While others focus on simply facilitating a transaction, Century 21 agents like Sarah Lux believe in the value of delivering extraordinary experiences by defying mediocrity and always giving you 121%. Find your new home or sell your current home with the best. Contact Sarah Lux at 502-6253 or online at listwithlux.com. That's Sarah Lux at listwithlux.com. Listwithlux.com. Never lose your drive to deliver. Today's logistics marketplace is an ever-changing landscape where you can make your mark through dedication and passion. At Spot, these characteristics, along with drive and teamwork, form the basis for a rewarding, fast-paced career. Take it from our Roncalli co-founder and our dynamic group of Royals alumni. They've never lost the entrepreneurial spirit that provides the foundation for our continued success. There's never been a time like this, and there has never been a partner like Spot. We're relentless. We are experts. We are accomplished, and like you, we will never lose our drive to deliver. Come find your Spot at spotinc.com/careers. Go Royals! This past spring, Roncalli celebrated Roar Survival Safari. We want to once again thank those sponsors that made such a special night possible. Ascension St. Vincent, Marian University, Steve's Flowers and Gifts, Indy Teledata, Harding Porman, Laundry and Tan Connection, O'Reilly Branson Funeral Service and Crematory, Quality Supply and Tool Company, James Babcock Incorporated, Wolf Family Dentistry, Catholic Business Network, Indiana Members Credit Union, Beck Automotive, and the Catholic Youth Organization. Thanks to all these great sponsors for contributing to our adventure at Roar Survival Safari.
Meet Zach. Zach rides everywhere, day and night, rain or shine. At Indiana Members Credit Union, we know Zach. We know he's been saving up for a car. We're here to help Zach and you. Now get pre-approved for auto financing as low as 3.99% APR. Today, it's all about Zach. Tomorrow, it's all about you. Because at IMCU, it's you that matters. Rates subject to credit approval and valid on purchase of 2020 or newer vehicles. Learn more at imcu.com.
Welcome back for the final time here on the Roncalli Media Network and the Indy Teledata postgame show. Royals fall tonight by a final of 60-41. Let's run through your final scores for both sides. For the Trojans, 12 points for Robert Davidson, 3 points for Colin Guy, 2 points for Drew Knapp, 6 points for Sam Lewis, 15 points, as we mentioned, for Scott Semler, and 22 points for Ethan Roseman to round out the Trojan scoring. They outscored the Royals 16-9, 16-11, 14-11, 15-13, and 15-8 in tonight's ball game to round out the Chatard scoring. For Roncalli, 17 points for Drew Kagaris to lead the Royals in scoring, 9 points from Nolan Tunney, 5 points from Trevor Lauk, 5 points from Judd Selke, 3 points on the Roncalli side of things scored for Zach Dozier, and 2 points scored for Sean Byrne to round out Roncalli's scoring. The Royals hit 5 threes, but ultimately fall tonight 60-41, the final. Well, up next for the Royals, they'll be in action on Friday night against Cardinal Ritter. Not a conference matchup, but still a parochial rivalry matchup all the same. 7:30 start time. 7:15 pregame for you back here on the Roncalli Media Network. Justin, some final thoughts from this one. Like I told you off air, always good to have you in the booth. A lot of fun. Not the result we obviously wanted, but always good to have a former piece of the program alongside for the ride.
Yep. I appreciate it. I appreciate it a lot. No, I don't know. I mean, I think you know what Jamin said right there: toughness and togetherness. It's going to be a long 3 or 4 weeks here. You've got to grind. You can grind some of these games out. None of these games aren't winnable.
Right.
But you're gonna have to stay together whenever it's tough. You're gonna have to come together as a squad and just grind them out. It's gonna be a grind.
That is Justin Warnke. Special thanks to him for all his hard work tonight. Again, Roncalli falling 60-41, your final. The executive directors of the Roncalli Media Network, Therese Carson and Aaron Hummel. Video operations director, AJ Ablong, and his student crew doing a wonderful job with all our shots and the production across the board on the Roncalli YouTube channel. Doing stats tonight, the talented Andrew Mason chipping in and did a great job all season long on the girls' side of things. We mentioned during the girls' broadcast last night. So shout out to Johnny Jaffe as well for all of his hard work. And my partner tonight, Justin Warnke, always good to have him in the booth as well. Again, our final in this one, Roncalli falls to 60-41 to Biv Chatard. From my entire staff and crew, this is Jimmy Cook saying, until we talk to you on Friday night, so long, everybody.